Good morning, Rogersville. Welcome to K-ROG once again. Happy Monday morning. We're here with your disability show. This is Will Worsham. I'm here with Roy Rickstrew, the Disability Guru. Glad to have you with us again.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. I'm not getting a lot of volume out of you, Roy. Let's see. Get in that mic.
Better?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little low for you there, so we'll have to drop your chair or something. But anyway, so we were having a little conversation before the show about, we can't just wander in and just say, hey, I'm sick, get disability. We've got to bring a professional's opinion most of the time, if not all the time, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And there's a couple things to kind of think about when we start talking to our doctors about filing for disability. The first thing I'll tell you is quit telling the doctor you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
We're kind of conditioned, I think, when folks ask how we're doing, is to say, oh, I'm doing okay, I'm doing fine. Yeah, the doctor's not the place to do that because, believe it or not, the doctor will write in your records that you're fine.
You said you were fine,
Yeah, no complaints. And that really is hard to overcome a lot of times. It's not a deal killer by any stretch of the imagination, but if we have a bunch of normal findings and a bunch of zero complaint visits, it makes it hard to prove that your condition is chronic and ongoing.
Right. So the key is to be honest with your doctor about the difficulties you're having.
Yeah, most definitely. And, another thing that comes up a lot of times when you talk to the doctor and you mention that you're going to file for disability, some doctors are helpful. Other doctors just put up a wall and they say, no, we don't do anything with disability. We don't help with that at all. I've been told in the past that doctors are concerned they're going to be subpoenaed to court and have to testify, miss a day of their practice. It becomes a big nuisance for them. It's easier to just say, no, we don't help with disability office policy.
Right. And so would you advise people to either I don't want to say doctor shop, but doctor shop to find a doctor that, not that they're willing to go beyond the pale, but at least, they're not going to be allergic to somebody that's seeking a disability finding. Or would you just say, hey, keep the fact that you're finding disability, keep it in your pocket. They don't need to know that.
Yeah, so here's what I would suggest to folks a lot of times. When you doctor shop, you're going to have a bit of a problem with the continuity of care. One of the things that Social Security looks at when they grade the opinion of the doctor, is the length of the treatment relationship. So we can't just be bouncing from doctor to doctor to doctor all the time. But what I tell folks is think about work excuses, right? Doctors write work excuses every day for folks. Versadesk, the raise and lower desks. Doctors write prescriptions for those things routinely. And then also, need to elevate your feet, for example. That comes up oftentimes. And so if you approach your doctor from the standpoint of, I'm looking at maybe going back to work, I'm putting together a list of things that realistically I would need in the workplace in order to survive. I'd like for you to help with that.
Yeah.
Can you write me a work excuse that says I need to be able to get up and stretch around and move every so often because of my back pain, for example?
Okay.
Doctors are less rigid in their opposition of that than they are if you go in and ask about disability. Okay,
so just approach it from a more of a, I guess you could say, positive than a negative, and just say, hey, what would you say as far as, these are my work restrictions, these are my work excuses, and give them, just put something in the chart, some down paper, something in the file.
Yeah, sure. So, you still end up with the end goal, right? The need to sit and stand, to move about the office whenever you need to, for example. You still end up with that. You just didn't come at it from a perspective that may be off-putting to the doctor.
Sure. That sounds good. Well, any other tips you got for us this morning, or are you saving those for next week?
Yeah, when it comes to talking with your doctor and doctor shopping, there is a time for that you do need to change doctors. And something I would tell folks, a lot of times when I go in and see my doctor, for example, we get the very routine thing, they squeeze my hands, they put their hands on my feet, I push against them. There's some strength, some reflex testing that becomes part of the normal visit. If you're filing for disability and your doctor's not doing those things, you need to have that conversation, because those things give us strength, reflex, sensation markers. If you have low back pain from a herniated disc, for example, one of the things they're going to look at is weakness and sensation loss. And those every visit type silly monkey tricks, as I've always called them, become very important in your file because they give us objective markers of strength loss or reflex loss or whatever the case may be. So, when you go in, if your doctor's appointment is just a talking visit, you may need to look for a different physician, or at least say, hey, doc, I'd like these things to be tested so I know where I am.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good advice. Thanks, Roy. If you have questions, feel free to email them here at K-ROG, info@krogtv.com, or better yet, give Roy a call at the Resource Center, 417-882-1800. You call this morning, you can see him today.
That's right.
All right, Rogersville, thanks for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. We got a special guest coming in on the waffle tomorrow, Garrick Allen, a local fitness trainer. So maybe your people can use this if they get feeling a little bit better. He'll be in here to talk about his new business, so we'll look forward to that. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.